our very first stop after embarking on the 9-month world cruise that would change us at our core is in Cozumel, Mexico. Now, on one hand, we're hitting our first world wonder, big win, big bucket list item, super excited. But on the other hand, is seeing Chichen Itza from Cozumel on a cruise ship really the right decision? Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, I'm Leslie, and as I said, we are cruising the world for 9 months. And this is our very first World Wonder stop at Chichen Itza. So of course we've been to Cozumel before. We live in Arizona, so Mexico is our go-to, but we've never been to Chichen Itza. But is it a good stop to make on a cruise ship? We did it in one day, and let me tell you all about it. As you can see, Cozumel is a tropical island off of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. It's not on the mainland. So to reach Chichen Itza, you need to take a ferry to Playa del Carmen and then drive about 3.5 to 4 hours inland to reach the ruins, and then do it all again in reverse. So was it worth it? Chichen Itza is one of the new 7 wonders of the world, and for good reason. Built by the Maya Toltec civilization, it was once one of the largest, most powerful cities in Mesoamerica. At its peak, it was a cosmopolitan hub of religion, science, warfare, and art. Looming in the center is the site's crown jewel, El Castillo. This isn't just a pyramid, it's a mathematical, astronomical, architectural mic drop. Each of its 4 sides has 91 steps, and with the platform on the top, that totals 365 steps, one for every day of the year. The Maya were not messing around. Now here's the fun part. You can clap in front of it. That sounds odd, but yes, if you clap in front of it, what you'll hear isn't just an echo, it's an intentional chirp, engineered by the Mayan to mimic the call of their sacred bird. Tell me that's not next level acoustics. This is the Great Ball Court, and no, this was not your average sports arena. This is the largest and most intact Mesoamerican ball court ever discovered. It's 545 feet long, with stone rings high on the walls that players had to shoot a solid rubber ball through, using only their hips, elbows, or knees, no hands. The rings were probably about 15 feet off the ground, so that is a feat. The game was called poke top poke, and depending on the era and region, the winner or loser may have been sacrificed. Yes, both the winners and the losers. But remember, sacrifice was an honor in these times, and the whole history of these sacrifices is murky, as it could be all steeped in Mayan mythology, but an incredible thought standing here nonetheless. There are carvings of snakes, skulls, and decapitated players, and even whispers that the Temple of the Bearded Man and elite shaded platforms were used for rituals tied to the matches. Roy tried to relive his glory days by shooting a few invisible hoops. He'd be at the head of the sacrifice line though, as remember, they could only use their knees, hips, and elbows. This is the Temple of Warriors, surrounded by 1,000 columns, each carved with warriors, gods, and jaguars. This was a sacred place for rituals and possible human sacrifice, guarded by the iconic Chacmul statue, the reclining figure with a bowl on its belly for offering. Nearby, the platform of Venus is equally striking, used for ceremonial purposes, and the stones here, look at this, you can still see traces of the original Mayan paint. Proof that Chichen Itza wasn't always gray and stony. It was vibrant. It was painted in reds, blues, yellows that intentionally dazzled under the Yucatan sun. Here are some things about Chichen Itza that most tourists don't realize. It was both Toltec and Mayan architecture merged together. The site's layout aligns with astronomical events, including equinoxes, where the shadow of a serpent actually slithers down the pyramid by virtue of the equinox. How cool is that? It wasn't just a city, it was a pilgrimage center, drawing worshipers from across the Yucatan. Now, I know I just blazed through that, but so did we, because we were only in Chichen Itza for about 2 short hours before we were off to Mayan Land Resort for lunch. If you do stay overnight to explore Chichen Itza more deeply, Mayan Land is a top pick. It was one of the first hotels ever built inside the Chichen Itza Archaeological Park, which is an UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it still boasts direct access to the ruins. You can literally wake up here at Mayan Land and walk right in. There's no ferries, no buses, no lines. Yes, yes, yes. We're greeted with margaritas and a popsicle, which, let's be honest, it was all I cared about. That popsicle tasted like $1 billion because it was hot at Chichen Itza. The buffet was solid here, but the real star was this live Mayan fire dance, the entertainment that gave our tour of Chichen Itza a run for its money. Look at this. These Mayan fire dances are reenactments of ancient rituals to honor gods like the rain god or the god of death. They often feature drums, feathers, fire twirling, symbolizing cosmic cycles of life and death. And we got an incredible front row seat. I absolutely loved this show. We're back on the bus and then back on the ferry and back to Cozumel. Look at the skies over Playa del Carmen. The perfect color to encourage us to get on this small little ferry boat. Suffice it to say, the 2 restrooms on board the ferry were not enough, and thankfully neither Roy or I get seasick. Ugh. So is Chichen Itza a smart plan? My answer is absolutely no if you're on a cruise ship. If you're staying overnight in Cozumel or Playa del Carmen, then yes, of course, you want to see Chichen Itza. It's a world wonder. You might highly consider doing a tour from wherever you stay to Chichen Itza because it'll include the transportation and you'll have a guide. There's nothing like seeing your first world wonder to really remind yourself why you travel. This was such a great kickoff to a 9-month journey that proved to be absolutely extraordinary. Royal Caribbean did such a great job curating these private experiences for us at all 7 of the world wonders. So that's a good way to segue to don't forget to subscribe because we have over 175 stops around the world and 7 world wonders that I have laid out for you in every possible different way and angle to share every incredible moment. Have you been to Chichen Itza? I would love to hear how you did it, where you stayed, what you thought, the whole trek to get back and forth, just all of your thoughts. Be sure to put them in the comments. I so appreciate you sharing this journey with me. Next up is the ABC Islands. If you're not familiar with the ABC Islands, it's actually ACB for us. It's Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. And all 3 of them are so different and so amazing that you don't want to miss it. So make sure you tune back in to watch the ABC Islands video. So until then, I'll see all your beautiful faces in Aruba.